What's up, guys? Welcome back to my Merch by Amazon for Beginners video series. If you missed the previous episodes, go ahead and check out the playlist. I'll put them all in order. But today we're talking about a concept that I know is near and dear to all of our hearts, and that is royalties. We are talking about getting paid, all right? This is why we're here, right? Is anybody here because they don't care about getting paid? If you are, raise your hand and let us know why you're spending your time trying to scale this business. I think most of it has to do with the recurring passive income that Merch by Amazon can bring us over time if we, find time to scale up this business. Now, this episode is actually going to be a pretty short one, while the article that we're going to be looking at in the official Merch by Amazon resources is a long one. A lot of it is just giving you examples of the royalty structure on a per product and per marketplace basis. But I'm also going to kind of link you to in the description to where you can find out more information on getting paid in the frequently asked questions section. So anyways, I'll explain all of that when we get there. Let's get started. All right, we are here on the royalties page in the resource section of the Merch by Amazon portal. Let's get started. So royalties, you earn a royalty on every product sold, which actually isn't correct, right? Because if you sell it at the min price, you don't get any royalty. But anyways, your royalty is based on your product's purchase price, less any applicable tax, and less Amazon's costs. And that's kind of a funny way of putting it because the part of the sale price that Amazon takes scales up with the list price. So less Amazon's, less taxes, less Amazon's cost, less also the percent that Amazon just decides to take from your profits because they don't want you getting greedy without them getting a cut. That's what it is. Amazon costs include materials, production, fulfillment, customer service, returns, exchanges, and resources required to detect and prevent fraud. Fulfillment costs include picking and packing your product when a customer orders it and shipping your product to the customer, including shipping for Amazon Prime and free shipping eligible orders. For the US, the purchase price includes taxes that are calculated and added at checkout. The below calculation example does not include those. For European and Japan marketplaces, the purchase price displayed on the product detail page and in the below calculation example is already inclusive of the taxes. So if anybody's, it's interesting how they structure it. Yeah, if you've wondered why I guess it could be conversion rate too. I was going to say why we get less profit at the similar price points for international, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, standard t-shirt example. So right here, this whole page is basically like one long scrolling example of product type and marketplace. So it's worth mentioning really quickly that how Merch by Amazon supports international marketplaces in addition to the US market. Well, the product type and the marketplace it's being sold at together determine what the base cost of that product is going to be. And that ultimately factors into what your profit margin is going to be based as a function of the price point you decide to sell at. Each product obviously has a floor price that we cannot go underneath. The best example of that is the standard t-shirt on Amazon.com, where the floor price as of recording this is $13.07. You can't go to $13.06 or anywhere lower. $13.07 is the exact bottom. And at that price point, if you make a sale, we make $0.00 in royalties, which is why I kind of questioned this first sentence. You earn a royalty on every product sold. Not exactly true. Anyways, you can see here that on this page, and it's a very long page, they're giving you example purchase prices and example royalties that you would make for that product type on that market. So in the first example, standard t-shirt, United States, if you sell it at $15.99, you earn a royalty of $2.21. At $17.99, your royalty is $3.72. At $19.99, your royalty is $5.23. Also worth mentioning, $19.99 is the default list price when you are going through the product creation wizard. So sometimes you just kind of take a hint from Amazon that they kind of steer us in the direction of pricing at this price point. And this is definitely my favorite price point for t-shirts right now, subject to change in the future as whatever you want to blame, people in charge of monetary policy inflate the dollar's purchasing power away. I'm sure $29.99 will become the new $19.99 before we know it, sadly. So prepare yourself for that and hedge against inflation however you see fit. $21.99 if you were to price at that, $6.74 would be your royalty. Notice the royalty doesn't just jump up. Like when we go from $19.99 to $21.99, it doesn't just go from $5.23 to $7.23. Merch by Amazon's cut scales as a percentage. I don't know the exact formula, but it clearly scales as a percentage with the increase in our price point, which is why it was funny they forgot to mention that when they said, you know, less the applicable tax and Amazon's costs. They forgot to mention, oh yeah, plus our cut. At $23.99, you would make $8.25, and the most I've ever charged for a standard t-shirt is $25 flat. It doesn't seem like it makes sense to me to charge $24.99 because people who don't have Amazon Prime won't get the free shipping. They'll be a penny short of free shipping, and they'll probably be mad at us for that, even though it is better pricing psychology, you know, to be $24.99 instead of $25 on the dot. But at $25 on the dot, they get free shipping even if they're not a Prime member. So that's the highest I've ever charged for a t-shirt. And I don't do it to many shirts, but it's worth experimenting because you charge more, you increase your profit margin, you can dedicate that towards running ads. A lot of people don't care what they spend, honestly, and then they also don't scroll too far. If they like your design and you're at the top because you ran an ad and it's $25, well, you know, $24.99 will probably become the new $19.99 before we see $29.99 replacing $19.99. You know what I mean? In a pricing psychology and framing perspective. And last, they say at $25.99, if you want to charge that much for a standard t-shirt, you make almost $10 per sale. And worth mentioning, anybody that cares, that like I've been selling on Merch by Amazon since early 2017. I've seen them reduce the royalties that we make twice. So it used to be when I first started, if we sold at $19.99, we made like $7 and I think 20 something cents per sale. And then if I recall correctly, when they changed the royalty structure, it went from like $7 and change all the way down. Maybe it was like $7.19 at when you charge $19.99 for a product. I think it dropped all the way down to like $5 and like something up in the high fives. And then they changed it again. And both of those royalty restructurings took place in January of a new year. And I'm surprised we didn't see one in 2021 or 2022, knock on wood. But yeah, and then it brought it down with the next change to $5.23. So in case anybody cares. All right, and then I did just want to mention too that there is in the frequently asked questions section, and shout out to everybody that watched that full video because it was a long one, that there's more information about getting paid. So I'm just going to read in this video the top paragraph because it's the most relevant one, I'm guessing, to everybody watching. So, I'm a US content creator. How do I get paid for my Amazon sales? We make monthly payments for Amazon sales. For electronic payments, the currency of your payment is determined by your bank's location. Provided your balance due exceeds the payment threshold, we will remit payment approximately 30 days after the end of the calendar month in which the product was shipped, okay, was shipped. For example, we would remit payment for products that shipped in April at the end of May. And they actually give an example later that says, well, if the order took place on the last day of April and shipped on the first day of May, well, then you would get paid on the last day of June. So it's kind of like 2 months delayed to get your payment for that, you know, your royalty for that product, but it is what it is. So anyways, guys, this is kind of, you know, there's a decent amount of content here. You can either read through it for yourself, I'll link to it in the description, or check out my FAQ video where we go through it and I basically read it to you and give you my thoughts as we go. But guys, thank you for watching this video. Before I leave, I wanted to remind you that I run a free weekly print-on-demand giveaway. You can take advantage using the link in the description. 2 winners are randomly selected and announced every Sunday. Also in the description, I've got a link to my 7-day Merch by Amazon mini course. It's completely free. All I need is your email address and I'll send you 1 lesson a day for 7 days. And I've got a great Merch by Amazon Facebook community that I'd love to have you in if you're not a member, and you guessed it, the link is in the description. Last but not least, I have a full Merch by Amazon course. I call it Amazon Merch School. It shows you how I went from tier 10 all the way to tier 200,000 and made over $750,000 in sales to date. You can learn everything I know about Merch by Amazon in this course. If you want to learn more, there's a link in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like on the video if it helped and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you at the next one.